Hey, what's going on? I am back in the garage for, I guess, some quick little updates on the truck. I ordered a new radiator, I guess, tank, if you will, and a new PVC valve or hose that hopefully works, because I'm not exactly sure what year engine my truck is. I believe it's a 2003, but I'm not 100% sure, so I just ordered one. If it doesn't work, then I'll obviously return it and try a different one, but it should work. As far as this is concerned, basically I just wanted to get a new one to well, I'll show you the one that was in there currently. It's just kind of gross original, I would imagine. So if you take a look here, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of gross, and I just feel like I needed to put a new one in to clean it up a little bit. So yeah, so that is the plan for today. So for those that don't know or are new to this channel, this is my 1972 F100 flare side, which is obviously a step side, so Ford's version of a step side, flare side. Yeah, like I said, I've had this truck for almost 10 years now. I picked up out of Texas at some guys that were just starting out on doing some Crown Vic swaps. So this truck has a full Crown Vic chassis swap, so it's not just a front clip. I got it out of, I was actually at Texas Good Guys, and just happened to be walking around and saw this truck, and it wasn't for sale or anything like that. Just talked to the guys. Their Instagram is Farm Truck Racing, so you can check them out there. They do a bunch of swaps, Coyote swaps, stuff like that on F100 trucks. So yeah, I just happened to talk to the guys, and they were looking to move on to a different project, and yeah, we ended up just striking a deal, and I actually ended up flying down to Texas like a month or so later and driving it all the way back from Arizona. I'll probably end up doing like a full video at some point. I know I haven't done it with this truck, or really too many of, I don't know, my wagon I did a video, but I don't think I did like a full video on it. I definitely haven't done anything. I don't even have the car yet. It's still getting its LS swap. So whenever I get that back, I'll do a full video on that. I also want to do some suspension mods on that car too. So this truck has a ton of mods, a ton of one-off parts. But again, I'll do that in a later video. But yeah, I just wanted to, for those that didn't know, this is what we're working on today. So when I did the cold air intake, I noticed that some of the hoses that I had in there were kind of like, just in need of replacement. It was actually this hose right here. So I might not have the right one. I might have ordered this one, which is still okay, but I need to order this hose right there, which I'm not exactly sure which one that is. I think one's like PVC, and then another one is, I forgot already, to be honest with you. So we'll see if that hose that I ordered is even right. Like I said, if not, I'll just return it. But also when I was doing man, I can't even think of the name of the show, but it was up north in Prescott or Payson, one of those. The Cruise to the Pines. Anyways, when I was driving up there, and that was in, I want to say May, I noticed the temperature gauge it would go up a little bit, then go down, then go up a little bit, then go down. So I think the plan is I'm just gonna flush the whole radiator, or at least drain it, swap out the tank, and then refill it with fresh coolant. So I'm hoping, I don't know the last time, I've never changed the coolant, so I have no idea the last time that's even been touched. Probably not since I bought it, which, man, I'm thinking it. I've had this truck close to 10 years. I'm really bad with dates, so I'm not sure. Definitely more than 5. So in between 5 and 10 years, I've owned this truck, and I definitely never done anything with the coolant. So yeah, the plan of attack today: swap this out right here. See if I can swap out that hose. If not, again, I'll do that at a later date. But the main objective, yeah, is just to swap this out and drain it and put it in new coolant. And other than that, that's really all I have planned for this truck. I did order something that will definitely change the look of this truck that I've been wanting to do for years and years and years, and either just didn't have the money or the timing wasn't right. So that's actually going to be coming up here at the end of August. So I'll definitely show you guys what's going on with that. And then as far as this truck is concerned, like, I don't know, I've been debating doing a Coyote swap on it. Obviously right now it has the 4.6 out of the Crown Vic. You know, it runs fine for what it is, and even though I, you know, cover a lot of autocrossing, go to a ton of events, like, I don't really autocross that often. And if I was, I'd probably get a vehicle more suited for it, without having to, you know, swap out just everything on this truck. Like, this truck is just built to cruise, and that's pretty much it, you know. So again, I don't need a Coyote swap, but it's just something that's always in the back of my head, like, maybe you should do it. Well, the other plan of attack is just drive this thing until the motor gives, and then when that happens, then do a motor swap. So, because I know me, and I know if I do a Coyote swap, you know, I'm gonna change the whole firewall and have, you know, make that all custom. You know, I'm gonna have custom fenders. Like, it's not just gonna be swapping a truck and be done. It's gonna be, well, I want custom this and I want one off that. And obviously, as everybody knows, that adds, you know, to the price tag at the end of the day. And what you thought you were going to spend, you're easily doubling or tripling what you had intended to spend. So, I don't know. Like I said, the engine swap is I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I would at some point like to get something for this channel that I do autocross. It would have to be, you know, I would want something older, or at least pre-87. That way I could take it to good guy shows and race it. So that would be something that I would definitely do, but I don't know when I'm going to do it. It'd have to be the right car, the right price, and then be something that I could, you know, upgrade as time and money allow. So it is something I'm thinking about getting for this channel at some point. So we'll see. It just depends on, like, you know, on life, work, money, and we'll see what happens. But for today, anyways, let's just get started on this. It's not going to be an install video. Sorry, there's a fly going around per se, but I'm just going to leave it rolling, and then we'll see, you know, how this all goes. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to check the coolant level here. It's been a while to see. Yeah, so it's not even, well, I mean, there's fluid in there, it's hard to see, but you can see there's, I don't know, it looks like there's mold or something in there. So anyways, yeah, I think this needed to be changed out regardless. So first thing I'm going to do is just undrain the drain plug, let it all drain out, and then get to work on swapping that out. So we'll see what this looks like once I start draining it, see what the coolant looks like. Hopefully it's not too gross.
So there's definitely, it looks like oil draining out of there, which obviously isn't good. Yeah, so you can see it. So yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll be doing a coyote swap before you know it. So well, to be fair, this is the pan that I drained the oil with, so that would make sense while there's oil mixed in with the antifreeze. So yeah, at first I was really concerned, but now that I think about it, this is the same exact pan that when I drained the oil, this is the pan I use. So yeah, I'm not as alarmed as I initially was. So we'll let that drain, and while that does that, I'm gonna actually start undoing this, and then I'll show you what that looks like once I get that apart. Okay, so I got the tank all situated. So there's a bolt right here, there's a hose right here, and then there's another hose right here that I already did. So now it should be able to just pop, stuck right there, pop right out. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty. Let's move this over. Yeah. So that's definitely rust water. And then if you look inside, I mean, this thing is pretty nasty. So yeah, this thing needed to be swapped out, because all this was just running through my engine. So I could tell by looking at it, you know, like it's still all discolored and gross, and it's probably the original one that came with the car, the Crown Vic. So yeah, so I'm definitely glad to be swapping that out. Again, you can see here's the new one. So put that right there versus, and you could kind of definitely see a difference in the two. So yeah, so I think it definitely needed to be swapped out. Again, with this, I was really nervous at first, but then I realized, yeah, that's the same bucket, if you will, drain pan, when I change the oil. So I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, it just sits right in there. There's definitely some rusty water there. So yeah, I'm just gonna swap in the new one, and then like I said, I'm not doing a full fluid flush, which it probably needs, but I just wanted to drain it, put new antifreeze in, and that should be a tremendous help with the cooling. So I think that will help a lot. So I'm gonna reinstall that and then fill it up with new antifreeze, and then I'll start on the hose, see if I got the right hose or not, which I'm not sure I did, but yeah, let me finish this up, and then we'll see how she looks when that's done. All right, so it took like 2 minutes. Got that bolt right there, put that hose clamp back on, and then there's another one, like I said, right here, which, so hopefully you can see that right there. Yeah, and then it's good to go. If you look, here's the new cap. So there's that, and then this is the one that I took out. So it's all rusty and gross. So yeah, so plan is now I'm just gonna tighten up the petcock down there,
and fill it up with antifreeze, and yeah, and then see how she goes. And that's all she wrote for swapping that tank out. Super easy. Sometimes when you have a different engine in a different vehicle that wasn't made for, things can get a little bit challenging, but this was like, you know, anyone can do it. Yeah, so which I can't do a lot of stuff, but this I was able to do. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna tighten that up, fill it up, and then see what she sounds like. Okay, so I just filled it up with some antifreeze, which you can see it's green up there. So what I'm gonna do now is just start it, let it run, get warm, and then I'll add some more fluid, or antifreeze I should say, if it needs it, because right now it's pretty much topped off, but again, I haven't run it through. And again, I didn't do a full flush anyways. I just emptied what was out of the petcock and then tightened that up and filled it up. So it took about 1 gallon, I believe, of Prestone. Yeah, so 1 gallon. That's all I put in it. And it seemed to be that was enough, but I have another gallon if I need to. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is start it up, and then we'll add more if we need to. Look at the temp gauge also, see how that's doing. Hold on, got some music going. Can't be having music, otherwise I you know, won't get paid. All right, here we go. Let's see. It's still warming up. We're not even at 180 degrees yet. So typically, at least when I'm used to running it, it runs about 180, a little bit higher than 180, probably closer to 190. But yeah. So like I said, we'll see. We'll keep tabs on it. I'll let it run for a few minutes, and then we'll see where we're at and see if it doesn't look like I need to add any, just from the looks out of it. But like I said, I'm gonna let it run for about 5 minutes here, and yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. So just a quick update on the hose situation, which I didn't kind of go through because I wasn't exactly sure if I ordered the right one or not. So I did and I didn't. So what I mean is I thought I was ordering the hose that goes back here, that hooks into the air intake tube. So the one that's kind of like, you know, a bracket almost. Man, I can't reach. Anyways, that's the hose I thought I had ordered, but that wasn't the right hose. But when I was looking, I realized it was actually this hose that hooks up into underneath the actually goes, it looks like it goes into like the intake and then the valve cover gasket, or valve cover right here. So here, and then it hooks up underneath. I don't know if you could see it or not, where it hooks up onto. Anyways, it was easier when I had that off, but I don't feel like taking it off again. So that wasn't the hose that I wanted to replace. Not that it didn't need replacing, because it did, because I'm sure that's the original hose, and it was actually kind of kinked which I don't know if I might have thrown it away already. I think I did. Anyways, I was gonna show you how the ends were kind of kinked once I threw it in here. No, I didn't. So I must have thrown it away on the other side. But anyways, yeah. So I replaced that hose, but I still need to find the other hose that goes in the back. There's actually two hoses. One also goes onto the other valve cover on the other side and hooks up into the intake, and then the other like bracket hose. So I had the part number for at least one of the hoses. So, but when I did a search, it didn't really come up with much. So I'm gonna do another search and go on rockauto.com or something like that. But just want to give you a quick update since I wasn't able to replace the the hose right there, not the hose, but the tank. I'll keep an eye on that to see if I need to add any. And then again, I just replaced this hose right here. That again was original, that needed to be replaced anyway. So mission accomplished as far as these two things for the weekend. So I know I didn't show that, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do a quick update. So anyways, those two are done. I'll look for those other hoses and then get them replaced, and then yeah, should be good to go. Anyways, okay. So I actually had to take some antifreeze out. I don't know if you could see the coolant line, fill line here, and then cold fill range. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be. It's kind of hot now because I've been running it. So I imagine cold fill is the bottom, and then the top is where it's supposed to go. But it was as it was running, it would have more and more. It would build up more and more. So I had to take some antifreeze out because it was starting to spill over. So and then it was running. Man, it was definitely, I would say, if I had to guess, right now it's right up below, I believe that's 200 on Dakota digital gauges, so I think that line is 200. Man, Bluetooth radio always kicks on. Let me turn that off. Even though it's not playing, it automatically kicks on every time I start the truck for some reason. But yeah, so if you take a look here, it's at a line in between the 180 and 260. It's right below that line. So I believe that line is probably, if I had to guess, 200 degrees. So but yeah, so now, but I have the cap obviously on. I'll just let it run and a little bit more, see if the temperature gauge goes up. In the meantime, I'm gonna do a quick little Google search just to see what the temperature is supposed to be on the Crown Vic on the 03. But I don't have any leaks, so that's good. And it really, like I said, only needed a gallon, but that's because I didn't flush the whole thing. So I'm gonna let it run for a little bit while longer, and other than that, it should be good. I'm gonna keep an eye on that, like I said, that temp gauge, because I did notice it rising when I took that trip a few months ago. So I haven't swapped out a radiator or done anything. It has a fan, which obviously it's working. Actually, is it working? Can't even tell if it's working or not. I believe it is. I don't know. I can't see from the back side if it is or not. But anyways, yeah, let's do a quick check of this gauge. Yeah, so it's still right below. I believe that to be 200. But I could be wrong. I'm gonna check online and see what that number is, or that line is. But yeah, so fingers crossed that if I did have a overheating problem, that it's fixed. If not, I'll let you know. I might have to swap in a new radiator. Supposedly, like, I believe this truck or engine is not the P71, the police car version. I believe this is just a regular Crown Vic motor. So I've heard the good things about the radiator in the P71. So if I do have to replace the radiator, I'll probably just go with that. Again, it's not a race truck, so it's just a cruiser, so I don't need anything that's going to be, you know, over the top. So if I just get that P71 radiator, if need be, I'll just swap that out. It should be a pretty simple swap. So anyways, yeah, as far as I know, that should be it for the truck. I'll let you know about that hose in another video. I'm not sure if I have the right one yet. But as far as today goes, that's all she wrote. I'll see you guys next time. More features coming up. So if you like what you see on the channel, please subscribe, like, share, comment, all those good things. Get this channel, you know, more and more popular. That way I can do more and more videos and so more content for you guys. So anyways, be safe and have fun and enjoy your hot rods.